Right, third play of the drive. If you go back to my second video, we talked about bringing up 3 and inches with a quick game pass and a little power run. Here we are, 3rd and inches. And then here what you have is, we're going to play with time. I've been talking about personnel and team, and I've been talking about space. Now we're going to talk about time, the third element of power spread, space, time, team, okay? Or one of the elements. Team is last but not least. Team is the most important. But anyway, space and time. Here we go. So we're getting up off here. And what do? Tempo. You know, you see this in the pros. Now, in college, you see a lot of tempo. Not so much in the pro. You see a lot of no huddle in the college. But the pros like to do it like when they have a 3rd and inches, which is a simple play call. The pros are a little too complicated, in my opinion. They're simplifying. They're starting to get more simple. Thank the guys like McDaniels and Slowick. But they still are a little complicated to do the no huddle. When you do no huddle, you do tempo, it has to be simple. You have to get the play in quick and just go. So, 3rd and inches is simple. But this isn't really no huddle. It's actually called a sugar huddle. They're gathering around, kind of muddle huddle, sugar huddle, however you want to call it, muddle, if you're in Britain, England. Anyway, and then you jump up on the line, and look they get this play off, 25 seconds left on the play clock. Look at this. This is what it does. This is the benefit of this. Not just wearing down. If you do tempo all game, you can wear down the defense, but I've not seen an NFL team do that yet on a consistent basis. But they did it back in the day with Manning and Brady. Belichick was getting that a little bit from college and started doing it, and other teams started. Atlanta did it with Matt Ryan, but that was more about, again, the team kind of racing to the line like this, and you have a really good quarterback to tear you apart. Well, this is more about we just need a yard or inch or whatever it is, inches. And these guys, look at them. There's no way they're stopping this. At the last second. You can't get in there at the last second and stop this. But they almost do. They don't. And the only reason they didn't is because they were behind the count, behind the time. The Bills beat them on the time. They did not beat them on the space or the scheme or the personnel. And I'm going to show you why that is. We're going to go to the replay here. Now they're huddling up. They're slowing it back down. Okay, look, you only have 5 man across in alignment. That's not really heavy. But thankfully, the Steelers didn't get anybody heavy because I've seen a bunch of little passes RPO already, and they're a little worried about the pass still. And Tomlin tends to be that way. He wants to make sure it doesn't get beat. So these guys, there's not much people in the box. They only got 6 in the box. So you are kind of winning personnel-wise, I guess. But mainly, the scheme here, I don't like it. This is like a tush push, but why? Look at Josh. He's jumping. He's leaping. What is that? Is a running back pushing him up in the air? He's not pushing him, big Josh Allen, up in the air. Cook's not doing that. That really, when the Eagles do the tush push, and when they do it well before they had a debacle and their whole team fell apart, you need a ton of teamwork to do it. All the linemen shot down low, which these guys are trying to do, get under the pads, okay? But the big thing is, every time that Hurts would go into the line, he didn't get much. He would almost get stopped. But they continued because they had 2 or 3 guys, big guys, strong guys, pushing them. And Hurts had big legs and was strong too. And they'd all start pushing. And with the guys getting low, all of a sudden today, bam, get stopped, and then keep pushing. And they'd end up getting 2 or 3 yards. That's the tush push. That's the classic scrum of the original game when it was moving from the kicking game of what we call soccer, but they call original football, moving from that into a mesh, a mush, a scrum, and that's become a big part of rugby still, and rugby still has that. And then the American football moved into 3 downs and the first thing was a line of scrimmage. Before passing or anything, the line of scrimmage by Walter Camp, that invention was huge, and that changed everything. So basically, and then the snap from that line of scrimmage, the snapback. So, but that already existed in the rugby, but then it was the line of scrimmage. Okay, so when you do this, it's a scrum. This isn't really a scrum. There's not enough people in here. There's not a lot of power going on. This is like, if there's a such thing, a QB spread sneak. But people are kind of spread out, and he's just hurrying up and jumping. So I don't know why you need this guy. I'd rather see this guy slam up in here and get some more guys on the ground and have Allen leap over him instead of being behind him. Get him up in here and just knock it out and have Allen leap. But if Allen's just leaping, he doesn't need anybody behind him pushing. So don't understand that concept whatsoever. I'll have to talk to McDermott one day, right? And find out. That's the only way you're going to know. I mean, we can speculate all day. There's a reason they're doing this, or Joe Brady, or whatever they're doing. But if Josh Allen's just going to leap, I don't know. You don't need anybody pushing you. Watch the Eagles. That's the real tush push. And that's a power move all the way. That's a scrum. This is just a quick leap, the old-fashioned way for American football, just a quick QB jump over. That can work, and it works here. I especially like this from the no huddle, from a tempo. Well, they did a sugar huddle. I'd even like Frantic Tempo. What is Frantic Tempo? Frantic Tempo would be none of this crap. You just run up to the line, okay? You're done, right? This is what they used to do back in the 1900s. Fielding Yost from Michigan, who was the greatest coach ever at Michigan. Fielding Yost, look it up. He won like 20 times, beat Ohio State in a row. He won every year. He was amazing. What they called him, hurry up Yost, because these guys would be getting up off the ground. You can find footage. It's funny as hell. These guys, it's old black and white film, right? And they're getting up off the ground and hurrying up and lining up again before the other team can get lined up. Now there's rules to this and all this, but it's different. But the bottom line is, I'd love to see these guys get into the line. It's too casual for me. Yeah, they got the play off pretty quick, but you could get it off even quicker. Get them up, get up and go. Like, get up there frantic. And then I like this play totally. Then I love this play. Sugar huddle's okay, but I like it even more if, like, you know, get up to the line, boom. So you saw Pittsburgh already struggling a bit there. Get up to the line even faster, and they're really not going to be set. And then, yeah, just do a quick leap. You don't even need the running back. Get the running back up in the line. Sean McVay's doing that with his running back, sticking him right up here to block. Just get everyone up in there. Boom. Josh, get up there and leap. I'd like to see that even faster, but whatever. They get the first down, and there's my little ideas and takes, and you know, on the whole. And what do you call this? PS, power. You know, NFL. I mean, pro or PS. I don't know. You know, the old. You're going back to when I think about power spread. It's all the football we've ever seen, the whole game, from the whole history. So if we're talking like tush push to me is more PS, power spread, because you know that's the power part of the power spread. But you know, you're like, well, what are you talking about, dude? You're condensing. That's not spread. I know, but I'm just talking about more about the history. You're going back to the scrum. This is a QB sneak, real quick. Because you're using a sugar huddle, you're screwing with time, so that's a little power spread. But the quick QB sneak's been going on for a long time. To me, that's just pro. That's just normal pro. They've had that in the game. So that's my take on it.